This year for Halloween, we are doing Beetlejuice. I had limited time, so stay tuned to see how I built this in just 2 days. I wanted to recreate some of my favorite scenes from the Beetlejuice movie. I decided to build the iconic waiting room scene with the information window that Barbara and Adam went to for help. And, of course, I wanted to make some of my favorite characters from the waiting room, too. So there's the Bert skeleton guy. And, of course, we couldn't have the waiting room without the hunter that had the shrunken head. I started with a simple plan for an 8x8 facade. Since I was in a rush for time, this kept my fabrication time down since most of the materials were already the correct length when I purchased them. All I had to do was cut some 2x4s and frame the walls. After cutting 3 inches off the cross members, I drilled pocket holes for the connections. These are a good option for joining wood together. They are strong and there's no visible fasteners when you're done. So after laying out the 2x4s, I decided to use some heavy-duty 2.5-inch screws to join the walls together. Now I'm just going to show one, but I do this all the way around and also for the cross members that go in between. I put in the final member for support there, and of course I secured it before laying out the corrugated metal and the corrugated plastic that we're going to use for the window. And since this was all cut to the proper length already, there's no cutting involved. I'm using a screw as a center punch so my drill bit stays where I want it to. And after pre-drilling, I attached the metal with some sheet metal screws. And this is where we are after day 1 of construction. The next morning, we cut the plastic to length for the window, and then we take it outside and use some stone spray paint to give it some texture and to give it the look I want from the movie. Next we move the facade out and we start to hang the windows into the frames. After securing the plastic in the windows and adding a few details, here's what we look like after the second night. Next we added the graveyard and some of the characters. This year was a quick build, but if you'd like to see some of my more time-consuming haunts, check out my website, cyborghaunts.com. And you'll see some videos of my previous builds where I've also done Hocus Pocus, and then I also made an Old West town. Hope you have a happy Halloween.